Hello, Poopsies. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a tarot card reading and a candle wax reading for a Poopsie. I just want to show you how a reading in ASMR looks like on my website, Bomboni.com. If you'd like to go ahead and sign up for your own personal private service. So they booked the 30-minute ASMR time slot and requested these two readings. So to request a ASMR booking, you don't necessarily have to book the tarot time slot or the Reiki time slot or whatever. You can book the ASMR time slot, then request a tarot, or you can book the tarot time slot and request the tarot reading to be done in ASMR, for example. You have many options to pick and choose from. On my website, the link's below in the description below. So thank you to Christina for booking this. I'm going to read her message real quick and then give her personal reading. And if any of this resonates and connects with you as well while I'm channeling her messages, you can simply go on my website and book your own service for more clarification. So, hi Tony, they said. Hope this message finds you well. I'd love to request a custom ASMR video where you channel and share insights about my past lives, along with any intuitive messages or advice that may come through. I'm open to whichever tools you feel called to use, whether tarot cards, candle wax, objects, or anything else that resonates with you in the moment. It would also be wonderful if you could include some whispering and soft-spoken elements, though please feel free to follow your intuition and do whatever feels most natural for you. I also give my full consent for this video to be shared on your ASMR YouTube channel as an example of the services you offer. Thank you so much in advance. I truly appreciate the time and energy you put into your work. Sending love and light warmly, Christina. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that so much. So I'm going to go ahead and do this reading about past lives, intuitive messages, tarot cards, candle wax, and then I'm going to add whisper and soft-spoken elements. So I'm going to start with the tarot reading for the past lives. That's personally my best technique for channeling your past life. So if you like your own past life reading or anything, again, you can go on TonyBomboni.com to book and sign up. So let's begin, guys. What's going on? Perhaps any of my poopsies watching at home, what's going on with their past lives? Energy, what do we need to know about Christina's past lives? Okay, let's step into Christina and Poopsie's past lives. What's going on? But please show me only Christina's past lives at this time. And anything that could be similar past life to Christina's and Poopsie's. Show me that now, please, spirit guides. I want all the past lives you show me to be Christina's past lives, but if it happens to connect with a Poopsie, show that as well. Okay, so we have the Magician and the Sun to start off with. The Magician and the Sun. This shows me a very happy life. This shows me you could have been a doctor, a scientist, a nurse, a chemist, you might have been around, honestly, during the 1800s, maybe early 1900s. I see just things opening up. I see maybe you've had children. I see you were a male energy for sure. I see those two elements so far, so we're gonna pinpoint whatever else we need to pinpoint right now. What else do we need to know? So I am most certainly connecting with this energy of a lot of I would say hard times for some people, not necessarily for you though. It could be though that you're going through a hard time now and you're wondering what does this have to do with the past life? How does this connect with what I used to live? Okay, so 10 of Wands, Queen of Cups. I'm getting this vibe of emotions. Maybe it looks like someone that's too busy working all the time. I definitely saw you at that job, at that career, whether a scientist or a doctor or whatever, right? Very similar, like, field, like the advanced sciences, right? That all kind of falls in the same category. And maybe you were working so hard, you were so smart that you dived so deeply into your work that you didn't dive deeply into yourself. And I feel like you worked hard to make others happier, including your family. And maybe that was the price you paid to, like, a detriment to yourself, but to make others happy, you know? Not enough time to yourself, but, you know, you do it as a sacrifice, like a father would to their children, working hard to bring home the bread so that they can be able to provide for their offspring, right? So this is how this shows up to me in this energy. So what else do we see and notice here? You gave them the world. You know, you wanted them to have everything. And again, this could replay into your patterns today. Like, you're maybe a people pleaser type, or, you know, you just rather kind of brush your own needs off so that you can make others feel content. But it's really like, you know, maybe you're so uncomfortable with emotions that you, in your past and in the present, would do anything to just not make someone pinpoint what you're going through, and not sit in that uncomfortable and pleasant experience. Like, if someone feels uncomfortable, you don't want to see them uncomfortable because the emotions make you uncomfortable, you see? So you'll do anything it takes to make them happy so that they just shut up their emotions for a bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you give them the world. But this may be unhealed energy, I'm seeing, because it's like it's blockages that could have been the cause of your passing in this past life is, you know, illness, death by illness, because you didn't take care of yourself, you didn't rest enough, you didn't recover. You probably didn't even know what burnout meant back then. And it sucks, you know? And so, you know, if you're ever working too hard, you know, slow it down, take it easy, right? Give yourself the grace. I always tell people, Knight of Cups, be kind to yourself, right? Knight of Cups, and we have the Five of Swords here. So I'm getting this overall impression that you sort of were addicted to work. You struggle to prioritize tasks to other people. It's like, I see like an issue here of like, you know, like I'm off to vacation and then you're miserable and you come back to work, right? Like you couldn't just sit still, you know? I mean, this shows a time of where people traveled by horse, not by car. Almost, though. It was like almost. It could have been like where people were mostly horse, but some people just barely started to drive cars. That kind of time period. That's what I get. And so this is why I'm compelled it's more than early 1900s. But you could have been born in the late 1800s at this specific life. Now, this is just one life I'm looking into. We have many, many innumerable lives that we're currently living now, because time is all irrelevant. It's all now, right? Time only exists here on Earth, you know, and maybe in other planets, because it's our fake construct. But what I'm getting at, guys, it definitely felt like an earthly life. I'm going to say that. It definitely feels like Earth, or a very similar planet, like a similar dimensional planet. But so you kind of were a control freak here. You wanted to micromanage. You wanted to really keep an eye out for what everyone's doing while you're away. You couldn't just enjoy your vacation. Like, you literally had to come back early because you couldn't take it anymore. You had to dive so deep into it. I mean, what do you gain out of this? Did you happen to gain anything? No, you didn't. Oh, there could have been someone that met your fancy, perhaps. This is almost giving me like cheating energy, because it's giving me like like, yeah, you already have the wife and kids at home, but there was some other lady you was having as a side piece at the job, right? And that's why you spend a lot of time at work, because you enjoy being in their company, because I see they're the lover here. It's like a secret lover, so you are maybe a little bit corrupt yourself, because again, you didn't work on yourself at the time. Chariot, it's giving me like you had two choices: F up or make the right decision, and you chose the wrong decision. But was it wrong really? Or were you just unhappy at home? Were you with an abusive partner? Let's see. Queen of Swords. No, I just see it was a choice. It was a choice you made. Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords. You kind of did have some regrets though, but not really. You still, took action on your feelings, your impulses rather, because again, you weren't emotionally intelligent at this past life at the time, right? So you sort of acted foolishly. I feel like you never got caught though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you ever got caught. Well, now you got caught because we're talking about it, but you never got caught at this past life, right? And the wife never knew. She was clueless as butter on a piece of toast, right? She had no idea this was going on. She just thought you were a hardworking man providing. You loved both women. You loved both women dearly. And I think that the guilt and the illness ate you alive, knowing that you had to pick one, especially in those days and times. Like, you knew you couldn't just get up and leave because the wife would die. Like, she couldn't survive without the husband bringing home the bread, especially if it was Great Depression era. So I feel like you had more than enough to provide, and this is why you got a little bit too excited at the time, maybe a little too greedy. So how is this pattern replaying in your life? How do you deal and manage with the relationships? Are you open and fluid? Maybe it's because of the past life. Are you a workaholic? Maybe it's because of the past life. Are you struggling between deciding the right option and the wrong option? Maybe it's because of the past life. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you're pulled to not have children, because a lot of times people who've had children in the next life, they're like, nah, let me not have children in this life, right? Or maybe you want more children. Maybe you felt it wasn't never enough, right? Maybe you feel like it's never enough. So I'm sort of getting those energies here today. It's very interesting. You never know what you're going to get with the past life reading. I love doing these because they just flow. They're very easy for me. I don't know why. It just flows. The words just come out, So of course you can request your own past life reading on my website, but let's continue. Let's see if I'm covered all aspects here for the most part. Yeah, maybe in this life you need more rest. Maybe you feel more tired or fatigued. It's because you worked too damn hard in the last life, right? But this doesn't mean it was your last life. You could have had a life in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that was literally your last life. It's just one life that Spirit's pinpointing right now to show you what you're going through right now and to show lessons. So, yeah, figure it out. What could be... why you may be struggling in love. Maybe it's karma because of that bad decision in your past. Maybe. It's just the struggle with making choices, making the right decisions for yourself, choosing the wrong partners because, this past life. So maybe you feel more emotional turmoil because this is your life to take care of that, taking care of your emotions. Having good karma, making the right decisions, having balance in your life, not working so dang hard. Knowing that this isn't the Great Depression era, okay? You can work hard without, worrying about if you're gonna starve, So just relax, okay? All right. So I think that's a beautiful messages. Oh, I guess they threw a final outcome card. 10 of Cups. You can still have that healthy family and healthy love relationship with children if you don't already, and find peace with it. Excuse me, forgive me. Find peace with where you're at. Okay. and enjoy it. Enjoy where you're at, because you can have a horrible experience but think beautifully. You could have a beautiful life but think horribly. It's a choice. What are you going to do about it? So work on healing that memory of your past. So let's gonna go ahead and light some sage now. I just picked this new bundles of sage, and we're gonna go ahead and start the candle reading now for any other insights, intuitive messages, guidance. And Christina and my poopsies need to know right now. Overall, thank you, Spirit, God, Universe. Let's see the energy of the cards, protecting my thoughts, feelings, mind, emotions. Allow me sound, mind, body, spirit, soul, presence to connect with these energies for this candle wax reading. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's begin. Sorry, I think my throat's a little dry. So let's continue. Peach mango. Peach mango. Pause the video because I accidentally dropped the candle. It made a very, very loud sound. So let's go ahead and start connecting with Christina and my poopsies. Only if it has anything to do with Christina's messages. I'm only channeling Christina today, but anything that comes through for poopsies as well that connects with Christina. That's the goal today. Because I like to, of course, any of these shared videos to share with all my audience what's going on. Anything else doesn't have to be past life, just anything we need to know about Christina right now. What do we need to know? I don't know why I'm getting this energy of like hardship, or you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot in your past. I'm talking about your present life now, but your past, present life, 5, 10, 20 years ago. That's what I'm talking about, right? Your current, present life, but your past, yeah. I'm seeing elephant energy here. Definitely seeing like good luck coming your way. Like you've been very lucky. You've been around the right company. You've chosen your company wisely. Choose who you surround yourself with, who you hang around with. You've made and are continuing to make wiser decisions there. Because you know better now. It's like before you feel you didn't know better, now you do. And now you realize the consequence of our actions. And this is why, ultimately, we're making better decisions, better choices. From here on out, you understand the power of your decision, your choice, your action, and how it has ripple effects. I'm still sort of seeing this past life, believe it or not. I'm seeing another one though. I saw a cross at the beginning, and now I'm seeing like a queen or a king with like heavy, thick robes, long robes. They were very corrupt, very religious, but in a weird way, the religion made them corrupt at the time, right? They wanted everyone to believe what they believed, or else they were off with your head, basically. So yeah, you didn't believe, of course, and because you were rebellion, it did not end well for you, but it maybe taught you to hate things like that, like religion, or people who think or believe a certain way, or that's why, because of that past life, because they were so cruel to you, they were very harsh. It feels almost like a small town, like 1,000 people, but they believed something so crazy and absurd to try to control the populace. So I'm sorry you had to go through that. This definitely feels like 1600s energy. It's very heavy, but you definitely got through it, right? You're here now today, and maybe it allows you to open your mind to what's out there. Question beliefs. Question motives of people. Question why they think what they think, why they do what they do, and the control aspect. Why the control, the craving for power and dominance, right? So, what else is there here? I'm seeing a toad. I'm seeing a toad. There's definitely some good luck charm or good luck omens here today for you. There's a very magical, spiritual energy with you. And I'm definitely seeing if you use your powers wisely, you can make some things happen. Know your magic. Know your worth. Know your abilities. And proceed forward. That's the message. And just trust in the process. Trust what you're being shown. Trust your guides. Trust your spirit animals. They're telling you that you're on the right path. Whenever you see a lot of spirit animal energy, that shows up as you're on the correct pathway, and to let it flow, to trust more, to stop doubting yourself so much. The power we'd hold if only we stopped doubting ourselves so much. We doubt what we see, we doubt what we are pulled to our sense, right? And that's just like this past life with this crazy, overly harmfully violent religious people in this 1600s time period, in this small village specifically. Those people, right? It taught you to believe in yourself, not to believe in what they're thinking, right? So maybe you struggle, you doubt because you've had such a past life where they were so harsh, they were so cruel, they literally, caused harm to others if they didn't simply believe what they believed, So you almost feel like a guilt whenever you feel something is the right path. But this guilt takes over and allows you to doubt, right? So you can let that go. You can let that past go. What else do we need to see? Let's let go of that past life energy. I'm more curious about their present life right now. What else do they need to know in this moment in time, in this time period, 2025 onwards? There's some darkness coming. I keep seeing that. There's a darkness that's going to cover the earth. And through that darkness, we'll find the light again. It's going to be not a scary period. For some it will be, because they don't know how to look within for answers. So this is why you need to practice looking inside of yourself. It's time to unclog the heaviness so that this experience will be easier. It's a test. This will be a test of how far you've come, how much you've evolved. When you can go through darkness and still find your light, that is when the true enlightenment arises. So there will come a period of darkness. Now it's not quite here yet, but there will come a time when we'll have to all face our inner demons. And if you don't, you simply won't make it. Don't be afraid to look within. That's what the message is. It's definitely giving me, in a weird way, next year energy. I don't know why. It feels just around the corner. It's almost like an eerie, creepy feeling. time of doing research. Do a lot of research in your spare time. Research topics you care for, research things you don't know much about. Because the way knowledge is going to be twisted and manipulated, it's going to be diverting your attention away from truth. So make sure you print out receipts, print out papers of what's true to you, and study up on them. Look at them, rehearse them. Because truth will be distorted, truth will be fiction, fiction will be truth in the coming days and eras. What do we need to know? I'm excited about Pluto out of bounds, if you couldn't freaking tell. It's literally in like, by the time this posts, one day. I think it's tomorrow, by the time this video goes live. So what do we need to know about this Pluto out of bounds collectively? What do we need to know about Pluto out of bounds? It's not going to happen again for another 3,000 years. What do we need to know about the next 10 years? Pluto out of bounds. Shift. I just hear shift is definitely going to occur. So the shift is, I mean, I'm confident with almost 100% certainty now it's going to happen within 7 to 10 years. But what does the shift bring with us? Why shift? Why do we only have to focus on the shift? I hear it because that's all there is going to be to care about. It's all that there's going to be. It just is. The only event we should care about is the shift right now. The time is coming. I'm saying it's going to open and activate a lot of people's throat chakras, their third eye, their crown chakras. It's going to activate and open that. When that's more open and activated for a lot of people, the shift is right around the corner. So when people are more psychic, people are more intuitive, people start reading each other's minds, people start tapping into their abilities, people start tapping into the higher dimensions, that's when it's just right around the corner. They're saying don't worry so much about the physical life now. It's all fading. That's why everything's fake. That's why everything is not real. That's why everything is just, you know, it's everything's becoming so artificial. Everything's becoming so non-tangible. You know, money's becoming digital. It's all fake and just like air. It's like vapor, you know. Aquarius is air. So it just becomes lighter and freer. So, nothing matters. It just is. So don't worry about things you shouldn't really worry about so much. You know, whatever you're stressed about now, it's gonna pass, okay? It's almost like an illusion anyway. It's not gonna be real soon anyway. You're gonna evolve beyond that anyway in the next 7 to 10 years. It could happen tomorrow, but I'm saying the next 7 to 10, most likely the shift will occur, okay? So one final message or thought, word of wisdom and guidance for anyone else, including Christina, of course. In a weird way, I think, Christina, for you personally, when you start seeing cats a lot, like a lot of cats, that's when it's around the corner. Like just cats everywhere. They may not, some cats might not even be real. They're just gonna show up out of nowhere. Yeah. And they're reminding me of ancient Egypt now, and they're saying that's why they drew so many cats, because that was a sign. They were warning histories ahead of time in the future that when you start seeing a lot of cats, the shift is about to take place. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I've never seen that. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. And I had a feeling like, yeah, I was tapping to Christina, but like, it was more collective. Like, this is a sense of urgency in the spirit lately that I've been feeling for a long time now. Like, these messages are so important, you know. You need to hear these messages now before it's too late. Like, there's just this consistent sense of urgency in my spirit to share things with Poopsies. So when people give me permission to post, I always love it and appreciate it, of course, because not only does it share the website, it's great, but what's even better is that these messages can come out and reach people. You know, do you know how many messages, awesome messages I get from private bookings that just went unnoticed or unshared? And I'm not going to share all my bookings, of course. It's unfair to people, but only when they give me permission and only when I feel it's right to do so. But there's a lot of stuff I've been seeing, man, that's just like, whoa, I wish I could share it with people, but it's only been viewed by one person. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's awesome to share whenever I get the opportunity to do so. So thank you guys. I love you all so much, and I will see you all for your own personal readings. TonyBomboni.com. Like I said, links below. Hope you enjoyed Christina, your past life reading, and your intuitive messages and insights, and your soft-spoken and whispered, your tarot candle readings. And I will see you all very soon for your own personal tarot reading, candle wax reading, also for coffee cup reading, Reiki healing, and custom ASMR bookings. Bye, guys.